how to handle unrealistic sellers and listing agent when working with buyers. That was one of the questions that was brought up today. And, there's just a couple things that we can be doing as buyers agents and buyers in that type of situation. One is having the understanding and mindset that we can't help or we can't do business with unrealistic people or unreasonable people. If that seller is unrealistic on their value or they're unreasonable about the home selling process, the deal's never going to come together. And as a buyer, I know it's frustrating, and as a buyer's agent, I know it's frustrating, but it is what it is, right? They're at that price, or they're taking that stance for some reason. And sometimes that is they just don't know what's going on with the market. Other times it's, hey, we want to test out the market. We want to see what, what's going to bring us. We're open to offers, which is great. So in that case, you can ask the listing agent to provide you any comparable sales that they've used to justify their listing price. That's one option. A second option is obviously you present your comps with your offer to justify your side, to show that lower amount. With that offer, there's a couple things that you can keep in mind. If the sellers come back and counter and they come off their price with a big difference, then that probably will tell you that they're a little bit more motivated than not motivated. If they barely come off of their price, then they're probably not motivated and the deal may never come to fruition. The other thing that you can do, and so I tell my clients all the time, if this home is truly the home that you want, don't let 10 or 15, maybe sometimes even $20,000 get in the way of you putting an offer in at that price, because you're always going to have the appraisal in your back pocket. And the appraisal is one of the things that, protects a buyer in a situation like this. Ultimately, the third party, the appraiser, is going to tell us whether or not the contract price is the real value of the home. And I tell my buyers, we can't always bank on the home not appraising, so you have to be comfortable with the price that we're going into contract on. But as a buyer, once you get into contract, you lock it up and you own, and you can dictate some of that narrative. There's going to be other opportunities to where you could potentially negotiate, and you have leverage during the inspection process, during the remedy process, and during the appraisal process. Now, that doesn't mean that the sellers are going to fix anything. That doesn't mean that the sellers are going to come down on price. But at least we can control it by locking it up, and we can cross that bridge when we get there. So those are the ways that you can deal with an unrealistic seller, an unrealistic listing agent, and help your buyer client get that home that they're looking for.